Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Boxed Up Comics, and today I have a awesome haul from a older convention this year that I did not get to do a video right away. I had a lot of things going on during that time and I was not able to make a video. So I skipped that video for that convention and continue making other videos later on. But there's such great comics. I want to share them and show you some of the cool keys that I bought and also some of the awesome autographs that I got. This convention was the Dallas Comic Show. If you've never been and you live in Dallas, it's a small convention. It's a small convention, but it has nothing but comics and comic creators, and it's great. It's only a $10 entrance fee usually, so and it's Saturday and Sunday. There's one coming up next month, so if you're in the area, if you live in Dallas or close, come and check it out. So let's begin. First in line, it's not a key, and it's probably one of the two non-key comics that I bought at the convention, and this is the DC Comics Presents number 6, and it is a Giordano cover. This is a storyline where Green Lantern couldn't keep going and gives the Green Lantern ring to Superman. So for about 2-3 panels, he becomes a Green Lantern with the super suit on. So it's actually a very cool story. If you get to check it out, take a look at it. So that one, I bought it. It's not a key. It doesn't have much value, but I bought it because I love the cover. It's in great shape. And I thought it was a cool idea that Superman got the Green Lantern ring given to him by the Green Lantern. So next, also another good cover, awesome cover, X-Men number 1 from the Civil War II storyline. And this is a David Yardin cover. I love his art, and I hope I get to meet him someday because this would definitely one of the top comics I would love for him to autograph. Yeah, the art on this cover, it's amazing. So again, not a key, small value, but it's a great cover. This comic is in great condition, and I hope I get it autographed in the future. Next, we're gonna start with the keys now. X-Force number 8. Now this is the first appearance of Domino. It's a cover by Rob Liefeld, famous Rob Liefeld, but this is not the real Domino. So in this one, it's Vanessa Carlyle, which is it's like a copycat character. She can copy other beings. Here is the first appearance of Domino as a character, but the real Domino, Nina Thurman, she appears in later issues. So her first appearance is in another one, like the actual first appearance. So this one is considered the first appearance only because it shows who the character is, but it's again not the real one. So next, Web of Spider-Man number 18, another key. This is the famous first appearance of Eddie Brock, but it's just a cameo. And I think this is a silly one to be a first appearance. I do consider it because Eddie Brock shows up in one panel, but it's actually just his hand. And a lot of people didn't know that at the time. They find out later on in time that character that pushed Spider-Man in the subway, the hand was from Eddie Brock. A lot of people didn't think it was because it looked like a female hand, or at least they say it did. To me, it doesn't. But it is considered small to medium key, right? Because it's technically Eddie Brock's first appearance. So it's got a little bit of value to it, but not a lot. Next, Flashpoint number 1. This has 26 first appearance on it from Flashpoint timeline. This is a cover by Andy Kubert. I wish I had this one when I met him this year at Dallas Fan Expo. But hopefully I'll see him again because this is actually one of my favorite covers that he's done, especially on the DC side. So very cool storyline. If you haven't read it or seen it on film, check it out. And when I say film, I mean the cartoon, not the other thing that came out. Like, yeah, I have mixed feelings about the last Flash movie. So next, Batgirl #1, one of my favorite covers from Adam Hughes. This is a key because it has Barbara Gordon as Batgirl. She used to be Oracle, and then she becomes Batgirl. This one I found just had like maybe two small ticks on the spine, but overall it's at least a 9.2 or higher. So I was very happy to find it and got it at a great price. So next, now we're getting, so those are the keys that I bought, or the comics that I bought uh, at the convention. Next, here are the comics that I brought and I got autographed. So the first one's gonna be Spider-Man 2 #1. So this one is first appearance of Miles Morales from Earth 1048, and in the Spider-Man version. So this also has 5 more first appearances, and I got it autographed by Todd Nook. And this was a free comic book day comic book. So this one is a $10 to $15 without the autograph. Um, it's obviously a key, but it's also considered hard to get because during free comic book day last year, so not this year, last year, um, only a few stores got those to give away. So not every store had them. And also, when they gave them out, remember, a lot of this is given to like also kids and stuff. So I don't know what their conditions are going to be, how many they're going to be left. But definitely, I got lucky at my store because I went to shop last year and I ended up getting a feeling that I should get the comic books before I go shopping, which I usually don't do that. I go shopping and then pick up the comics. Um, and I went back to the table where all the comic books were at, and there was only one left. And I'm like, oh, cool, I got lucky. I had no idea that that was going to be a comic book that was not easy to get. So very cool. So next, JLA 7 Caskets. It's a one shot, and the cover and the art is done by Dan Brereton. So this one, it's awesome because I got it autographed in green to match the title and some of the characters' colors in green. And Dan was an awesome person to meet. So if you ever get a chance to meet him, I mean, most artists are cool and they want to talk to you, but he really was in the mood to talk, and he told me some cool stories. I'm always looking and hoping that those are the experiences that we get with artists. So next, another awesome experience, the famous Joe Jusko. Um, this is a Crusade comic. It's Shi Sanryuku, covered by Joe Jusko, as I said. Um, there's not a comic story, or I haven't read it all. I read like maybe 3 or 4 pages. It seems like they're more like story lessons or something like that. The way I read the first, 3. So yeah, it's definitely not your normal comic book, but it's got some cool ideas. But yeah, I read a few and I need to finish it up. But now I got it autographed, so I didn't want to ruin it. But I might just have to try to find a second copy and try to read it, because the first 3 stories were more like almost like poetic kind of, lessons of life type of story. So very cool comic, but awesome cover by Joe Jusko. I got some more stuff by Joe Jusko, which I'll show you guys in a minute. Because he's done all the Marvel masterpieces in the beginning in the 90s, I had a lot for him to sign, but he was so cool about it. A lot. I was like, I asked him, can I do different colors? And I hate to ask that because then you're switching pens nonstop, but he was more than happy to. So very cool guy. Awesome art, and I love what he does. So but next, moving on to another very cool guy that once I met him, I was like, oh, he's also super down to earth and super nice. It is Kerry Gamble. First one he autographed was Superman 25, So in the cover, it looks like he, beat up or hit Lois Lane, but he didn't. He does not like, but he does go out of control, and the cover is a cool cover. And I got him to autograph it in blue to match the blue on the cover. So that was very cool. So got to meet him, autograph that, and then I went on to my Death of Superman comics and got him to autograph Superman in Action Comics number 689. So that is the resurrection of Superman, where he wears the black suit for the first time for regeneration. It helps him regenerate. And obviously, I got Kerry Gamble to autograph it in silver right here, which is kind of hard to see. I don't know if you can see it or not. But yeah, he even when he gave it to me, he's like, "You might have to kind of go like this to people when you show it off." I'm like, "Yeah, I will." Now, the last two were my favorite covers of him. One of them being because it's Texas. This one is the Uncanny X-Men at the State Fair of Texas. This was a combination between Marvel and the Dallas Times Herald. They did this cover and sold it here in Texas. So it's the first and only appearance of Equus, which is a winged centaur. So this is also a storyline of X-Men versus Magneto. And it's a $10 to $15 comic in great condition or good condition. But now I have it autographed by Kerry Gamble. He did it here in blue. And he commanded me on matching the pants. Big Tex pants. So very cool. And then last but not least, because I am going to show you the Joe Jusko cards, it's also Superman in Action Comics number 662. This is a key because it's the first time that Clark shows his identity to Lois Lane. So, and lets her know I'm Supes. So it's only a $3 book. I believe it's undervalued because that's a big moment, especially because we all sometimes laugh at the fact that he hides under, just the glasses. But still, like it's such a cool moment where he shows himself. It's almost like Spider-Man taking off his mask, and that was a big deal. But this one's only a $3 book, so. But I was very glad to get it autographed. And again, I matched the blue to all the blue on the suit here, so very cool. And her blue eyes right next to it. So I don't know if you can see it a little close up there. Her blue eyes, that was cool too. So I love matching the autographs to some of the covers. So all right, so now I'm going to show you the cards real quick, which is the last items that I got. Because there's so many of them, I'm gonna kind of go really fast. In person, the autograph, you can really see it, but it might not show up on the TV. I just wanted to show you the cards and hopefully can do a like a nice close up. So, but first we'll start with the gentleman, which we'll start with Hulk from Marvel Masterpieces 1992. So he autographed that one in green, matching the Hulk. Next is Nightcrawler. He did that one in purple for me. Again, I had him switch colors, so that was really nice of him. He was more than happy to do it. Now, Spider-Man suit, which is usually a darker blue, but there was some light blue in the picture, so he did it in light blue. Next, oh man, this is one of my most favorite ones from him. Gambit. I think he did such a great job, and he autographed it in purple. So very cool. And then of course my favorite, Wolverine. He autographed this one in silver so that it matches his claws. So very cool. Next, the ladies, which is Storm from X-Men. He did that one in white to match her hair. Next, the White Queen, also in white to match her suit. Next is Black Cat, also in white to match the fur and all the boots to match her suit. And then last, which is my favorite from the entire set, my most favorite, is Psylocke, which he autographed in purple to match the actual full art piece, which has a lot of purple in it. So a tidbit of information that could help you in the future if you do want to collect cards is you'll be able to tell. So I didn't know this about cards. The way they are printed, sometimes the art that's supposed to be printed can be off, like off-centered. And I didn't understood that. I didn't know what it meant. This is a perfect example. If you look closely at the edges, the square that goes all around, the edge here, from edge to the line of the square, it's wider than on this side. So hopefully that doesn't get blurry when I get so close to the camera. So if not, I'll show it on the corners. But that will bring down the grade a lot because it's not centered. They call it centered. So yeah, so now whenever I look at cards, I look at that. There's always something that shows you whether it's centered or not. So this one is so off-centered that it's showing a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna show you guys. It's showing a little bit from the following card. So when they print them and cut them, right? They cut the whole sheet. You can see right there. It's like a little bit of white right there. That's from the next card. So they cut it off wrong. So when that happens, they still sell them like that. And in the 90s, they used to make a lot, and that happened a lot, I guess, from what I'm hearing. So something to keep a lookout for. So, well, there you go. Overall, I always love going to the Dallas Comic Show. I'll put the info down so that you guys can click and go check out their website and see who's coming next. On the next one is going to be Lobos. That's right, Pablo Villalobos. So check it out if you can go. And if you see me there, say hi. I love meeting new people. So if you like the video, click like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. See you on the next one.